This is C3 Couples Casual Conversation. I am GregoryDeon.
I am Dorian Marie.
And we are here to have a conversation. So today I was in my head and there were some things that I know I needed to do and I had planned to do. I had set on my mind to do, but I allowed myself to create stumbling blocks to keep me from doing what I had already planned that I was going to do, said that I was going to do, and I allow little things to come in and kind of derail me. Mm-hmm. And so how would one person that's experiencing something like this, because those type of situations, you know, they tend to build up anxiety within a person. Mm-hmm. It definitely built up some anxiety with me. Mm-hmm. And then that anxiety turned into fear. And what that fear did for me was keep me from doing what I know I'm already capable of doing.
Right.
Nothing that I've never done before, nothing that wasn't hard, but because I wasn't being this perfect person of perfection, mm-hmm. and I couldn't actually plan the purpose for performance.
Oh, come on now.
It just put me in a space. So how would one person deal with that?
When you're seeking to perform or do something and you want it to be perfect, you want it to be flawless, you want it to be without mistakes, the people that you're trying to perform for are not perfect. They're not without flaws and they're not without mistakes. So why are you trying to present yourself in a way that the people that you're wanting to reach or whatever you're trying to do, they're not even like that.
Right.
The world wants you to show up authentic. They want you to show up as you are because that's how they're showing up. And then when you try to come off as perfect or try to do something that is flawless, then it comes off as inauthentic, ironically. It comes off as that's not real, that's fake, you're not being who you really are. That's one way to combat it, is to realize that whoever you're trying to perform for, they're not perfect either. They're flawed.
Right.
And they can resonate better with you when you just show up as you are.
Right. I have a tendency to perfect things to perfection. It's like, and what I think what a lot of people don't realize within themselves is that your authenticity is perfection. Mm-hmm. Because everybody can't do it the way that you do it.
Come on now.
And when you are authentic in such a way in the eyes of other people, mm-hmm. and even if you look, within, it is your perfection coming forward. Mm-hmm. And not just, something that you're trying to replicate or emulate or model mm-hmm. based off of what you see somebody else do.
Right.
If I were a person that was dealing with this type of situation and I've found myself able to push forward and go forward and just jump in the deep end and say, I'm going to figure it out, how to get out, mm-hmm. What would be some encouraging things to tell that individual that's going to just put themselves out there?
Well, I will ask you that. What did you do to overcome the anxieties and the fears that you spoke about earlier? There was something that you wanted to do, but then anxiety and fears and blocks came up. What did you do to overcome to where we're sitting here and now sharing how you overcame that?
Well, since you asked, the first thing I had to do was just absorb what I was feeling, mm-hmm. Take it internally, mm-hmm. not just keep it in my head, but take mm-hmm. it internally and let those feelings and feel those feelings. And then the next step was to talk about it. Right. A lot of times, and this is, not necessarily off subject, but as men, we hold a lot of what we're feeling on the inside. Mm-hmm. And sometimes we don't realize that it transitions to the outside and how we act and how we receive, how we talk, how our mannerisms and our feelings and so on and so forth. Eventually it's going to come out. So one thing I had to do was feel it, let it be felt, and then I had to talk about it. I had to have a conversation. Right. I had to have a conversation so I can overcome now, and I'm sure she would agree, Miss Dorian Marie, that now the energy has changed. Right. The energy has shifted simply because I purposely dismissed that energy by addressing it, handling it. Now we can put it to the side.
I'm proud of you.
For sure. And that's our casual conversation.